Citadelle Des Morts is finally here, and with it came 4 new elemental swords to use in the Easter egg. Today I'll be teaching you how to build all 4 of them. Let's get it. First things first, we need to open up the map and gain access to this giant room with the 4 statues in it. After a few rounds, you'll see a new kind of zombie spawn in with buckets on their heads. Go ahead and kill one and it'll drop you a glowing stamp. Once you have a stamp, you can now unlock any of the 4 swords. Unupgraded, they're all basically the same, but each statue is tied to a specific upgrade. To work on the dragon upgrade, you'll need to grab the sword from the statue with the dragon on its chest. Once you have the sword, just take it up to the stairs and place it in this altar. Now you'll need to collect fire from 3 different spots on the map. One is just outside of spawn on the dead shot route, the next one is just beside the cannon on the left, and the last is directly at spawn. Just interact with the fire to pick it up, and then immediately run all the way back to the altar and interact with it to drop the fire. Do this 3 times total, and the dragon sword will be yours. Next up, we have the lion sword. This is considered to be the second best sword, and thankfully building it is also quite easy. Just like before, you're going to grab a stamp from a bucket head, then take it to, you guessed it, the lion statue. As soon as you grab the sword, you should notice some glowing parasites spawning in the map, and when you kill one of these parasites with your sword, it should receive that same glowing effect. What we need to do is we have to run down to this door just below Speed Cola and hit the door with the sword while it has the glowing effect on it. If done correctly, a glowing symbol should appear on the door each time you do this. Once the door has 4 symbols on it, interact with it and you'll be allowed to enter. It's going to take you to an underground hall and an altar sits at the end of it. Place the sword in the altar and you'll see 4 little symbols float onto the walls. If you take a look at the altar, it'll actually tell you the order in which you need to shoot these symbols. Each symbol you hit correctly will fly back to the altar and the altar will show you the next symbol to shoot. If you mess this up, the symbols will just reset so you can try it again, but you are timed though, so try to be quick about it. And you also are going to have zombies attacking you slowly during this, so be mindful of that as well. Once all 4 symbols have been shot, you'll be given the lion sword. Let's move on to the lightning upgrade. Building the lightning sword is the lengthiest, but still not difficult by any means. To do this, we're going to need the Stag statue sword. Don't forget your stamp. The first step of this build is to collect 3 lightning rods around the map. The first one is literally just next to Deadshot. The second is obtained by shooting this power box with dead wire near Speed Cola. And the last one is dropped randomly by a zombie. Yeah, no joke, you literally just kill zombies for the last one. Easy enough, I guess. Once you have 3 rods, go ahead and take them up to this cauldron looking thing in front of Elemental Pop and place all 3 inside. A giant storm should start brewing above it and purple-eyed zombies will begin spawning in. Kill these purple zombies with the sword, and after a few kills, lightning will strike the sword, giving it an electric charge. Swing the sword at one of the 3 rods and it should charge it as well. Do this 2 more times, and once all 3 rods have been electrified, place the sword in the center, then retrieve it, and bada bing bada boom, you now have the lightning upgrade. Now it's time for the final sword, and spoiler alert, this is considered to be the strongest of them all. It's also the trickiest. We'll start off by selecting the sword from the Raven statue, then we'll go into this room behind the statue. In here, we're searching for a bone. From what I understand, it can spawn on basically any of these desks or shelves, but this is what it looks like. If you can't find it with your eyes, just go around this room spamming the interact button on everything until you get it. Once you have your bone, we're going to take it back to the spawn area, and in the basement just beside the exit to the slide, there should be an altar on the wall. Place the bone on it and then place your sword in it as well. Now this is where the tricky part begins. These are the signs of the Zodiac, and these triangles on the outside represent the 4 elements of each Zodiac. As for the code that you'll need to input, it all depends on what kind of bone you picked up. I do believe there's 6 or 7 in total, but in my match, I ended up getting the horns. This bone in particular requires a fire Zodiac sign. So on the screen, you can see that a regular triangle equals the fire element. So basically, I need to have the triangle/fire element placed on this green arrow at the bottom. Then I need to set the inner ring to a fire sign like Aries. I do have a list on screen of all the correct signs and corresponding elements to use with each bone, but unfortunately people still aren't certain of every little detail of this step just since it's so new. But the way I explained it, plus using the list and this graph, should be enough to figure it out. Now if you do fail at the code, you can actually try this again multiple times per round, but once you do figure out the correct code, a little wormhole is going to open up on the floor and these purple orbs are going to start coming out of the altar. launcher. All you need to do is lead these orbs into the hole on the floor. Once 3 orbs enter the hole, the rift will close and a new one will spawn on the upper floors. Just keep repeating the same process as before. Now, if you touch these orbs, they actually do blow up and do some damage to you, so just try to avoid touching them. Also, make sure you save a zombie for this step. You don't want to be dodging orbs and zombies at the same time, trust me. Once the last rift is closed, an orb will spawn and trail back to the altar, and if you interact with it, the sword itself will be pulled into the void, and then it'll come back fully upgraded. And now that it's upgraded, if you get some kills with it and fully charge it, hold the left and the right triggers at the same time to use the supercharged attack. All 4 swords have a different kind, but as I said before, the void seems to be the best of them all. It literally creates a black hole sucking in all the zombies surrounding it. It's basically a Casimir device. The line sword is pretty overpowered as well. It basically allows you to insta-kill anything you touch for like 2 to 3 seconds. Lightning has a ranged beam attack, and fire creates like this ground slam shockwave attack. They're all incredibly powerful, and I really hope this guide was able to help you guys get your hands on one. And let me know in the comments below what your favorite one is. I'd have to say mine is probably the void upgrade. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.